Hello folks, Steamed Rice here, casting a game for the Australian StarCraft 2 High School League this is round 1, I believe, Seed 2, between Carey Baptist Grammar School, located in Kew, and Balwyn High, located in Balwyn. So we have begopa up here in the top right, spawning as the red Protoss, representing Balwyn High in this game, and he's asking, do we have a caster? Yes you do, I'm casting you right now. And in the bottom left-hand corner, we have WhyByRhy, representing Carey, spawning as the purple Zerg, obviously. Now this is on the map Cloud Kingdom. It was a map that was developed for the Team Liquid map-making contest, and was thereafter included into the StarCraft 2 1v1 map pool. We do see a single probe scouting here across map for begopa, the something. Let's check, what his opponent's doing. It is a 1v1 map, so he doesn't need to check for cross-map positions, but you guys aren't idiots, so you already know that. Drone popping out now to scare away this little probey majigger. One overlord sitting here just to take care of the entrance. And Zerg player is just not interested in finding out what the Protoss player is doing, which we do see, given this positioning of a pylon and a forge, is likely going to be a forge fast expand. May say some crap that you guys may deem completely stupid and not true, and I freely admit that. I haven't actually touched this game in about 6 months, so what I do say will likely be outdated anyway, so just have that disclaimer in the first place. I will try to get better as we go, but yeah, do see an expansion going down now for WhyByRhy, about a standard timing. Hatch first into spawning pool. Very common build for Zerg. Lets them get that economy up straight away, and we do see a Nexus going down now for begopa. I'm just gonna call him begopa. And a drone sneaking in to take a look at what he can see. Do see that it is just a Nexus. And a second pylon going down back here. Trying to block out the back. May try to cannon the natural. And wouldn't be surprising. There we go. First cannon going down here. Doesn't manage to lock himself, and second cannon, but we do see a drone pull from WhyByRhy. It's a decent move, and gonna shut this down. Easy peasy, as certain pro gamers would say. You see a set of Zerglings being built now, 8 Zerglings by WhyByRhy, and this is already really paid for itself. This attack from begopa, well, this little harassment, I guess you'd call it, from begopa, it's forced him to build lings, and a decent amount of lings this early in the game. You generally only want 2 sets of lings, so about 4, but he's already forced 8, which is twice as much as you would know. 6 more lings going down for WhyByRhy, so he's obviously not going to be looking into very long-term economic play. But what was good from this repulsion was not losing a single drone. I think lost tab. Yeah, not losing a single drone to this attack. You see a cannon going up now to shoot down this extractor, but it's not really that much going on. More probes being built, the simulators being built, gateway almost done. Probably going to see a cybernetics core follow-up. What's this little guy doing? He's survived the repulsion of his little cannon tactic, and he may be looking to set up a pylon somewhere just for a surprise attack later in the game. Whole bunch of Zerglings sitting at it. This is really what begopa was going for, I guess, with his little cannoning thing. I mean, well, first off, there's a cybernetics core going down, but forcing all these Zerglings instead of drones is likely one of his auxiliary goals, if not the main goal of his little cannonade escapade down there with that little probe. So yeah, we do see WhyByRhy now droning fairly hard. No queen out yet, which could be a problem. He's just not going to be able to keep up with without all those queens. But do see a little tack here. I do believe he's going to go up and go for the towers, and he's sending most of he's sending most of them back to his own tower, but he missed with this one. Oops. checking out here for a third expansion from the Protoss player. There's a couple of banelings. He could force this entrance here. I mean, he could even run around here if he had Zergling speed, which is on the way. But we do see this first queen about to finish. And a lot of Zerglings in production, so he's not likely going to be going for a very long-term play at all. In fact, I would not be surprised at all to see an all-in of some sort, or another coming in now. But one Stalker coming back here to patrol, I think. That's what I would do with it. Patrol this location. Yeah, there we go. Patrol this location and make sure there's no overlords can sneak in on this side. Excuse me. These Zerglings just sitting out the front. Bit of supply block there by WhyByRhy, not too great. But more Zerglings just streaming out now. I'm just surprised. I'm just interested to see what he's going to do with these guys because, yeah, it just seems to be a fairly odd idea. But whole bunch of pylons going down. A whole heap of gateways. 6 more. And that makes 7 here, so it's going to be a 7-gate attack, I believe, from the Protoss player. Cloud Kingdom. Very strong attack, and there we go. There's a pylon that's finished up down here as well. A scattering of overlords by WhyByRhy to take a look at if there's anything out. We need to send them back here. His Zerglings seeing out front to see what they are about. The Baneling Nest is finished, and be interesting to see what he decides to do with these Zerglings. Both players are floating roughly the same amount of resources, and there we go, Banelings here. Likely going to see a Baneling bust against this position. There's one little sentry sitting there. It's like, help me! +1 attack. +1 ground weapons, almost finished for begopa. And we're likely to see a huge wave of surge. Yeah, there we go, a whole bunch of sentries with 2 zealots escorting and a whole bunch more zealots being warped in. A very mineral heavy build as opposed to gas heavy, so well, actually no, it's not true. The gas heavy nature of these sentries is complemented by the light mineral cost of relatively low, in fact 0 gas cost of the zealots, which lets him spend his excess gas on the sentries and then dump all these extra minerals into the zealots. But here we go, here comes the Baneling bust. He's rushing into the main. Coming up here, blowing up wasting some Banelings on the pylons, and massive explosion. They're going down on those probes. If we look at here in the units lost tab, units killed tab, Zerg is way ahead, but Protoss is now streaming in with a counterattack of his own with his 7-gate attack, just slaughtering all these drones. Oh dearie me, this is not a good sight at all for a Zerg player. He's running down now with all his Zerglings and probes, but what is he doing? Oh, he's on a move command, and he's just losing drones left, right, and center. More reinforcements being warped in by our Protoss player. He has wiped out the natural expansion of the Zerg player, and he's going to kill the Baneling Nest here, but there are a whole bunch of roaches have streamed in, and he's going for this Nexus. It's in a base race situation now, folks. This could be anyone's game still, although the Protoss player does have an advantage right now with his base race against the Zerg player, killing off the Roach Warren, killing off the drones, killing off the spawning pool, and likely the hatchery as well. Zerg player getting started on to the Protoss player's buildings. If you look at the supplies, begopa is way ahead with his units, with his supply, and he's building an extra Nexus down here. Well, it doesn't matter when you were floating that many minerals to begin with. Killing off these extractors as well. This is going to be close, right on the edge. More both players rebuilding bases on either side. WhyByRhy does have enough money for another hatchery. If we look down here, does he know about this? No, the Protoss player does not know about this hatchery. His last Nexus, his Nexus is going down, taking out those pylons to dispower these buildings. And yes, WhyByRhy does know about this extra building. So here we go. Here he comes. He's coming back up to see what is up with this. Sorry, excuse me. What is up with this Zerg player? And a whole bunch of Zerglings streaming around, and they're going to just miss each other. Oh no, he's managed to go around, and he's going down now. He's going to try and kill off this Nexus and this pylon. If we look at the Zerg player's vision, he does not know about this pylon over here, but now the Protoss player has found this hatchery and extractor. And there is a couple of drones here. He can build an extractor here, and the game is his, but he does not. And WhyByRhy has lost the game. Begopa leaves, and that is the end of game 1. Very close base race. Slight forgetting his drones down here did in fact cost WhyByRhy the game. He's down to his last gateway, last 2 pylons. So game 1 goes to Balwyn highs Begopa. We'll see what happens next in game 2 between WhyByRhy and Begopa.